Hello YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to share my post-run yoga flow with you today. We will begin in mountain pose by finding the four corners of the feet, grounding into the mat. Find length through the spine as the top of the head reaches up towards the sky. Invite the shoulders to melt down away from the ears as your fingertips reach towards the mat, focusing on deepening the breath. Bringing the hands to heart center, thank yourself for taking this time on your mat today. Running and working out are important, but taking the time to stretch and recharge is just as vital. Bow to seal in this gratitude. We will begin our flow with some skiers. Inhale the hands up to reach overhead, pushing the hips forward to invite the spine into a slight back bend. Exhale, hinging at the hips and sending the hands straight out behind. Inhale the hands to reach out front. On the next inhale, lift the arms above and sit into a chair pose by engaging through the legs and glutes. On the inhale, push up through the feet to bring yourself into a standing position. Turn slightly to one side, inhale back to center, and exhale to turn to the other side. We will flow through 2 more skiers with the pace of our own breath. Again, hinging at the hips to send ourselves down and then out front, bringing ourselves up through chair and engaging through the legs and glutes. On the next breath, bringing ourselves back up to standing, exhaling to turn to one side, inhaling back to center, and exhaling to the opposite side. Flowing through the final skier with the pace of your breath, sending yourself down and then extending the arms out front. Bringing yourself back up through your strong chair pose by engaging the legs and glutes and sitting down into your chair. And on the inhale, extending straight up, exhaling to one side, back through center, and exhaling to the opposite side. Bringing the hands to touch down through heart center. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Lightly grasp the left wrist with the right hand and lean into your right side body to reach the left hand out through the right side. Feel the left side body open as you lightly gaze up towards the left side. Focusing on the breath here as we allow our side body to expand. Lengthen through center and interlace the fingers. Turn the palms to face up towards the sky as you invite the arms to lengthen upwards from the shoulders. Releasing now, lightly grasp the right wrist with the left hand and lean into your left side body to reach the right hand out through the left side. Feel the right side body open as you lightly gaze up towards the right side. Bringing yourself again through center, interlace the fingers and turn the palms to face up towards the sky as you invite your arms to lengthen. Releasing the hands, sweep the arms down to the mat into a forward fold. Invite your legs to lengthen as the torso rests down towards the thighs. Nod your head, yes, I will honor my body's needs throughout this practice. Shake your head, no, I will not judge my body. To deepen into this pose, take your forearms behind your calves with the hands lightly holding the ankles as the crown of your head reaches down towards the mat, holding here for 3 full breaths. Release the hands down to the mat and inhale to lift halfway. Exhale the hands back down to the mat and bend the knees slightly, allowing your left foot to step back into a runner's lunge. Heel toe the foot off to the side of the mat so that it is at a slight angle with the heel on the edge and the toes off of the mat for lizard pose. Invite yourself to deepen into lizard pose by bending the elbows to hold, or reaching for a block, placing your forearms down, If you feel comfortable, you can remove the block and bring yourself all the way down by placing your forearms onto the mat to support your body here. Stay connected to your breath. Feel the line of energy from your left heel up through the leg and into the spine, all the way out through the crown of the head, which reaches towards the front of the mat, as you maintain length through these areas. Slowly lifting yourself now back into a lunge, heel toe the foot back to center, and lightly rock back and forth. Slowly lower the left knee down to the mat and press into the top of the left foot. Inhale to rise up through the torso, sending the hips forwards and arms overhead. On the exhale, begin to straighten the right leg and hinge at the hips. Bring yourself now back up, moving with the pace of your breath through crescent pose and down into this extended front leg position. Moving now through our final bent pose and inhaling back up to crescent, holding here, the hips reaching forward as the top of the left foot presses down into the mat, creating a line of energy that curves up through the spine and out through the fingertips. On the next inhale, extend the arms straight up and float the right hand down, the left hand down to the mat, planting the palm to twist and extend the right hand up towards the sky. Feel the energy from the left palm placed into the mat, through the chest and out through the right fingertips. Bending the knee and reaching the hand back to grasp the left foot. Remain open in the chest and breathe into this pose, inviting the quad to lengthen here. Slowly release the left foot down to the mat and bring the hands to frame the front knee. Step the right foot back into plank, giving yourself a few rocks back and forth. Lowering slowly now through chaturanga, tuck the feet and press into the palms to bring the chest forward into upward facing dog with the legs lifted, or lower them to the mat for cobra. Feeling this back bend through the spine and head, now tucking the toes and pressing into the palms to send the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Press into the opposite hand and foot to walk out the dog here for a few breaths. Breathe deeply, invite the arms and spine to lengthen, while inviting the heels to reach down towards the mat. Look towards the hands and walk step by step to the front of the mat into forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway and bend the knees to exhale down. Inhale to sweep the hands up overhead and lower them back to heart center as we prepare for the opposite side. Inhale, sweeping the hands overhead, and exhale, sweeping them back down to the mat for forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, the hands back down to the mat, bending the knees slightly, now allowing the right foot to step back into a runner's lunge. Heel toe the foot off to the side of the mat so that it is at a slight angle with the heel on the edge and the toes off of the mat for lizard pose. Deepen again by bending the elbows to hold or placing your forearms on a block. If you feel comfortable, bringing yourself all the way down by placing your forearms onto the mat to support your body here. Stay connected to the breath. Feel the line of energy from your right heel up through the leg and through the spine, all the way out through the crown of your head, which reaches towards the front of the mat, as you maintain length through these areas. Breathe deeply here. Slowly lift yourself back into a lunge and heel toe the foot back to center. Lightly rock back and forth to release the hips, before slowly lowering the right knee to the mat. Press into the top of the right foot, inhaling to rise through the torso, sending the hips forward into crescent lunge. Exhale, straightening the left leg and hinging at the hips as the arms reach behind. Again, inhaling into crescent and straightening the front leg to send the hands back behind. Focus on the pace of your own breath as you flow through this. Inhale to hold in crescent, feeling the line of energy from the right foot pressing into the mat all the way up through the leg and spine and out through the fingertips, inviting the chest to expand. Now placing the right hand down onto the mat, feeling the palm grounded as you reach up through the left fingertips, allowing the spine to twist. Remain open in the chest, feel length from the right palm grounded into the earth, and now reaching back with the left hand to grasp the right foot that has risen from the mat. Again, remain open through the chest here. Breathe deeply as you invite the quad to lengthen. Slowly release the right foot down to the mat and bring the hands to frame the front knee. Step the left foot back into plank, giving yourself a few rocks back and forth. And now slowly lowering all the way down through Chaturanga so that you are lying on the mat. Gaze forward and press both palms into the mat as the chest rises into baby cobra. Lower back down, tuck the toes, and press into both palms to send the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Walk out your dog, pushing into the opposite hand and foot. And breathe deeply to invite your arms and spine to lengthen. Allow the heels to reach down towards the mat. Look towards the hands and walk step by step to the front of the mat into forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway and exhale back down with a slight bend in the knees. Inhaling to sweep the hands up overhead and lowering them back down to heart center. Step the feet out to the width of the mat and bring the hands to touch at heart center as we prepare for yoga squat. Ground through the four corners of the feet and engage the legs. Bend into the knees and lower into your squat. Engage the core to maintain a flat back and open chest while allowing the elbows to press into the inner knees to support you in this position. Focus on the breath here. Slowly release the elbows and allow yourself to gently rock down onto your back, rocking back and forth a few times to massage out the spine. Bring yourself into a seated position. Bend the knees and draw the feet to touch in bound angle pose. Butterfly the knees. keep the right leg bent and extend the left leg out to the side. Turn towards the left leg and slowly walk the hands down this leg as you lower into head to knee pose. Remain grounded through the sit bones while inviting the spine to lengthen as you reach towards the foot, possibly clasping the foot if it is accessible. Focus on deepening the breath here as you allow yourself to lower into this pose. Release the foot or leg and slowly bring yourself back up to a seated position. Draw the feet to touch, now in a wide bound angle pose. Ground through the sit bones and invite the spine to lengthen as you rest your arms onto the legs and fold forward, pressing the arms lightly into the legs to invite them down towards the mat. Shifting to the opposite side now, keep the left leg bent and send the right leg out to the side. Turn towards the right leg and slowly walk the hands down this leg to lower into head to knee pose. Remain grounded through the sit bones and invite the spine to lengthen as you reach towards the foot, again possibly clasping the foot if it is accessible. Focus on deepening the breath here as you lower into this pose. Slowly release the foot or leg as you bring yourself back to a seated position, now bending the knees and placing the feet on the mat. Slowly lower your body down vertebrae by vertebrae to lie on the mat. Lift the legs to 90 degrees. Place the arms straight out beside you in a T position. Slowly lower the legs down to the left-hand side on the exhale, keeping the opposite shoulder grounded as you gaze out to the opposite arm. Inhale the legs back to center, and now exhale them down to the right. Flow from side to side, focusing on deepening the breath. Keeping the opposite shoulder grounded as you gaze out to the opposite fingertips. Extending the right leg straight, lower it over the left knee to the left-hand side. Gaze towards the right fingertips while keeping the right shoulder grounded. Focus on lengthening the exhale, possibly allowing it to be twice as long as the inhale. Bringing the legs back to center, now extend the left leg straight and lower it over the right knee to the right-hand side. Gaze towards the left fingertips while keeping the left shoulder grounded. Focus again on lengthening the exhale, inviting it to be twice as long as the inhale. Lift the legs to center and hug the knees into the chest, rocking gently from side to side to massage out the spine as we prepare for Shavasana, our corpse pose. Lower the legs down to the mat and find a place where you will be comfortable to lie for the next few minutes. The arms are resting to the side. Our back body is firmly grounded into the mat beneath us. Inhale fully, and on the exhale, allow the head and neck to release into the mat. Now is your time to rest. Inhale into all parts of the body, and on the exhale, allow the entire body to release and melt down into the mat beneath you. Soften the breath and invite total relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to the mat, wiggling the fingers and toes, maybe inviting a full body stretch before bending the knees and rolling over to one side for a moment. Bring yourself up to a seated position with the eyes softened or closed. Bring the thumb and index finger to touch, the gesture of consciousness. Thank yourself again for gifting yourself this time on the mat. Bringing your hands to heart center, bow to honor all that you are. Thank you for practicing with me in peace and awareness. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Bye.